Hey everybody, Witt here. Gonna give you a quick tour of this base over here on Tom Girl Gamer's server, and I posted a few pictures into the Discord channel there for that, and people were interested. I had some people comment on it. It's a good, effective base design, I think, for Horde Night. It seems to be handling Horde Night, and you can see we're well into the 200s here for Horde Night. But I stole these ideas from all over YouTube. So from watching Tom Girl Gamer, from watching Vedui, I stole his ideas or his testing for the radiated cop, feral radiated cop trap, blade trap. And then Cap does a lot of testing for how much damage things take or how long things take, and watched many of his videos. In particular, his fall damage video was very useful. So I'm going to put all of their YouTube links in the description. Please go check these guys out and like their videos and subscribe to them. They're all pretty amazing YouTubers, and I look up to all of them and I appreciate all the work they do. So this is simply the workroom, and we're just going to start here. We're directly under the kill pit and the fall pit. This is a two-tier trap, two-tier base for Horde Night, and it starts with a fall pit and then a kill room up above with traps in it. So, and of course we put this directly underneath so that the screamers tend to come toward the middle of the pit and fall to their death instead of hanging around outside waiting to completely wreck my day. So it's made of wood down here, this area, just simply because of resources and because zombies never come down here. That's actually the switch to turn on and off the blade traps and the electricity there, because if I need to go in and work on any of it, it's electrified and I can't. I would die, which, well, I have done accidentally by walking into it. Okay. You can see there's the pit. This is great weather, foggy, rainy weather to be filming in, but there's the pit. It's about a 20 by 20 pit, something like that. And the idea is, according to the testing that Cap did, the trash zombies, the basic zombies, they cannot survive a fall of more than about 13 blocks. I use 15 as my preference number just to make sure I don't miscount or make sure that the numbers are accurate. This is actually 20, 25, I don't know. I didn't really count. I'm making a guess. And the only reason is because I started at bedrock. I just went down to bedrock and then built my way up to here, leaving enough room down below for what I needed. So when the Horde Night comes, they spill over the edges here, and most of them, many of them, not most of them, but many of them, the trash zombies just plummet to their death. Now I put 50 pillars in around the edges. It seemed to help the zombies' corpses when they would die. They would fall through. I was hoping that would prevent them from building up. In truth, there's a bug in the game that when a corpse falls through to the next level, it works fine, clears the 50 pillars, and then when that corpse rots into a gore block, it pops back up to this level. So you end up with all the gore blocks up here anyway, so maybe at some point I'll take these out and just put in regular blocks, but that's a lot of work. These are already hardened concrete. I'm not going to do that. So once we've weeded out the trashy zombies, then what's left over are the tougher ones, the feral cops, the big mama hungry zombies, the soldiers, the bikers, the ones that aren't killed by the fall. And apparently, according to Cap's testing, some of them just can fall in almost infinite distance and don't die. So a fall trap is no longer sufficient for killing or doing damage. You'll notice there's no spikes in here. I don't want to turn anybody into a crawler. We need them standing up once they hit the blade traps. So they funnel toward the middle. They run towards the, this is right here is where the workroom was, right underneath. This is where the kill room is. This is where you would be crouched under this level. So then they're drawn to you. The idea is that they head towards the middle. We've got sloping blocks here that help funnel them down. And you can see the blade traps stick out. So they fall down there. They land on those 50s. And you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And of course the blade traps cover all 6 of those. I better be careful. This is how I killed myself before I stepped down in there and it activated and I died. Anyway, not going to do that again. Well, actually, okay, all right. If everybody in the comments said, please fall down in the blade traps, we want to see you die, for the betterment of the YouTube community, I probably would. but there's going to have to be an awful lot of persuasion and cookies. All right, so anyway, you can see that the blade traps are recessed, basically. The idea behind that is that the zombies fall down in here, and they can't really, they don't turn around and start punching it. They're punching toward you, and you're in the middle here. And so it pretty much protects the blade traps from excess damage. Now, the blades take damage while they're working. Just in doing their job, they take damage. And I just picked a really bad day to film this thing. Anyway, so the blades do their damage, and the rest of the blade trap remains protected. Okay. Now I have a picture of a post Horde night up here one day. I took it from over here, I think, just a screenshot, and I'll try to throw that up and show you the number of corpses that just remained behind afterwards. And these are all trash zombie corpses. They don't have any great loot. Some of them have moderate amounts of loot, a reasonable amount of loot, but for the most part, these are your average zombies, like your plague nurses and the wandering mother, and just the average nurses. Okay, but they still account for quite a bit of loot at the end of the day, just not the high-end loot. Okay, so how does this work? This is the kill pit. This is where we are here. This is where you spend Horde night in here, and you can see here's the trenches, here's the recessed blade traps, and then there's a tripwire. Let me just see if I've got no. Okay, let me get a wire tool here real quick. Hang on. Then I can show you the process, the electrical process here real quick. So it starts with a tripwire down below. I think the tripwire is the pink one, I think. And then that triggers everything else. So when this tripwire gets hit, the blue wire is the electric fence post, and then the dart traps are back here. Right there's a dart trap, and it's protected by this arrow slit, concrete arrow slit. It'll shoot right through there fine. And that piece of information I stole from Vedui, so thank you for that. And then on the other end, you can see there's another one also right there. And then facing the other way, here's one, and over there's one. Here's facing this way is another one. So there's two on each of these. These are all built the same. There's two on each trench. And so the tripwire activates everything. It activates the fence post. It activates the dart trap, the two blade traps, and the last dart trap. Okay, and all the wiring is done out here. I'm not going to really get into great detail about all the wiring. You can watch Vedui's videos and you'll see how that works. But here's the tripwire down here and the fence post. One thing I will mention is Vedui likes to put his his fence posts. He recesses them one block into the ground so that they're at knee height, so they hit the spider zombies and things. I just flipped it upside down. So go to advanced rotation using the holding down the R button, and then pick advanced rotation, and then flip it around until it's upside down. And again, that puts it at knee height. So so you can see here on the other side, here's one, here's the other, and you can see if we crouch down here, you can see there's the tripwire is pink, and the fence post is blue, and then the dart traps are up here. There's two, one facing one way, one facing the other. There's two over here, one facing one way and one facing the other, and then only one here because we don't want dart traps firing across our entrance. So there's only one on the ends. I have a couple of shotgun turrets here. These are aimed into the room, kind of at angles a little bit. Let me just hang on here. There we go. They're kind of cross-aimed. I leave those off. Those are actually powered by this particular switch, and I leave them off during Horde night. They were there originally because I thought, what if we just get overwhelmed? What if this doesn't work? What if I wired something wrong? So if I needed to, I could flip this switch on, and then we would have twin shotgun turrets pounding away at the zombies in there. And then I have an auto turret right there, just because I had one, and of course it uses brass, so I don't like to use it very often. It's on a timer. It only comes on at night, along with these lights. All the lights come on at night. so that it can cover the entrance. You can see which way it's pointing. Not that one, not the shotgun turret, but that one there, the auto turret, right? Well, right there. And you can see it's aimed right at me. So zombies out here trying to break through the door. Like if something fell through, glitched through the floor, came up the stairs here somehow, maybe from down below, and decided to come and get us from behind, he would hit this door while we were inside, and then get chewed up by the auto turret. Okay, so that's it. That's fundamentally how it works. It's a two-step process, and I think this step is important because it really thins the horde. Okay, this thins the horde so that they're not all in the blade traps. They're not all using the dart traps. Don't keep firing it at worthless zombies, trash zombies that don't have much. And then the important zombies, the tough ones, the bikers, the soldiers, the feral whites, the cops, they all fall down in here. They get their heads chopped off. They get electrocuted. They get dart trapped. The bulk of the time during Horde Night in this game, you spend down here just chopping bodies up and looting and chopping and chopping and looting and looting and chopping. There's really not a whole lot of damage needs to be done to them. Last Horde Night, El Moriel and I were down here together, and we had 3 or 4 irradiated feral cops come down at once on this side, and so I switched over to my shotgun slugs, and I just popped them, each of them, a couple of times to help them die, because you want them to die before they explode, because explosions will damage your blade trap quite a bit, and of course you potentially, but mostly they'll damage your structure. I started to put steel on these bars to keep them in. Meh. Steel is too expensive to repair. It takes quite a bit of steel to repair these, and so I'm just going to let them get knocked down and turn them back into concrete, because the zombies don't really do... this is the amount of damage from multiple Horde Nights here, and you can see it's pretty lightweight, pretty insignificant. They haven't even done half on that one, maybe 1,200 on that one, so I'm just going to go back to concrete. Concrete's cheap. At the end of the night, El Moriel and I were filling these chests. So she's already gone through, I think, and picked out a bunch of stuff that she wanted. But still, not a bad haul. You can see how much stuff, how full it was. There's a green compound bow body. That's kind of nice. Military vest. It's kind of nice there. And then, of course, we always get a lot of pistols and things like that. There's a purple AK stock. Very nice. And then in this chest, same sort of thing, variety. This, I didn't take anything out of this yet. This is pretty much what fell in. This solar cell was already here. We put that in there because it was in our inventory, and so that wasn't part of the loot. One of the nice things, though, we did get some shotguns here, which let us make more shotgun turrets, shotgun receiver. So some electrical parts, that's nice. Of course, the ammo was nice there. We'll put some of the lead and things in the forges. Shotgun ammo, never a bad thing, since we use shotgun ammo for several turrets. We're setting up shotgun turrets around El Moriel's base right now, so she can work. Because every time she goes outside to work, it seems like a mini horde shows up, or screamers, and so we just put some shotgun turrets up for her. But I think I've got enough parts to build a couple more shotgun turrets right now. So I think that would be a good deal for us. All right, so that's it. That is what it looks like. I'm going to try to find some footage of a Horde Night here. I think I have recorded a Horde Night or two, and I'll just give you a little montage of what it looks like. I'm not going to play, 45 minutes of Horde Night. If you have any questions, let me know. If you like the video, if you like the base, leave a like. And of course, if you're new here, feel free to subscribe. I don't do a whole lot of posting of YouTube videos these days, so subscribing isn't going to interfere. You won't get spammed by notifications. But it'd be nice to know that people are interested, and if you are, I'll continue to try to do these kinds of things. Again, if you have questions, let me know. And if you want me to walk off the edge up there and die and get chopped to death by my own blade traps, please start a petition and send some cookies. All right? So in the meantime, thanks everybody for watching. This is Witt signing off.